All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What a wonderful, wonderful day. Trying to get multiple streams set up here, just making sure that it's all set. So I started a little early this morning because we've got a lot to go over. Anyway, I'm Algo. For those of you that have joined, let's see what we got here. All right. Let's see what's going on here. No, that's not it. How do I? Well, for some reason, it's not working. Huh. That's interesting. It's not letting me restream. Yeah, it's not letting me in. That's weird. All right, well, I guess I'll have to figure out the restream later. All right, I'm gonna try one more thing, and then I gotta get going on my stuff. All let's see. I don't mind doing it this way. All right, well, I guess we'll do it a couple different ways here. All right, well, let's see. Oh, you know what? We can try. Let's try this. So, we're going here. And all right, good morning. All right, let me know if you can hear me. Check, check, check. All right. So I just got to double check on some things. This is interesting because I've got 3 different streams going on. Oh, and hopefully it works. Hopefully it's not sucking too much out of everything else. All right. Morning, Laz. All right, so it's not that one. Sweet. All right, let's go. Looks like I got all right, I think I've got hold on, I've got a couple things going on over here. All right, good morning. I'm Dark Pool Algo. Thanks for joining me on another morning watchlist building session. Actually starting on time today. I'm streaming out to a couple different places, got my YouTube followers as well as guest stream on the Bullish Bears. Thanks for letting me share my morning with you. I am a smart money, dark pool, and block trade analyst. I look at FlowTrade all day, looking for divergences in the algorithm and price action. With that being said, what you see on top of your or on your screen now is the FlowTrade interface. So what it does is it measures smart money, large institutional hedge funds, big boys, the people that have millions and billions of dollars that they flood into the market. It handles that in real time, and it is a predictive, not a lagging indicator. So it just lets us know what's happening in the market before the market reacts. I typically use a 4-screen setup like this. The white bars you see are price action. If you see this purple line here is the regular algorithm. If you see me draw a blue line across the screen, that means it is a dark pool block trade. If you see me draw a red line across the screen, it is a regular block trade. If you see me draw a white line or drop a line, it's a party time and the boys in Miami are going to have fun. Shout out to Laz. Welcome back from Dubai, buddy. Glad to have you back. Okay. What that means, though, really, is that there is a dark pool block trade and a regular block trade that are printed so close to each other that I can't separate them out. And those are major areas that you need to pay attention to, right? So if you get retail investment and dark pool investments at the same level, that's a pretty important level to pay attention to. So typically what I'll do is I will run through the news. I'll also run through some futures overviews, some stocks that I have on my watch list, and then I'll usually open it up to, usually open it up to the chat. I'm not sure if I can get chat for the Bullish Bears stream. If not, I apologize. You can hit me up in the large caps room though, so I should be there streaming there as well. So just make sure I got all the chat groups up. Okay. So with that being said, I'm gonna let's run through some news real quick and see what's gonna happen in the market today, shall we, folks? I think so. All right, let me get rid of some of that. You don't need to see all that personal stuff. All right, starting with the news. Comcast got downgraded to market perform from outperform by Raymond James. Yep, Comcast is not doing its job. This is important news here. U.S. listed Chinese tech stocks, Baba, JD, and Baidu are rallying again today, and Baba shares are up over 5% because old Charlie Munger from Berkshire decided it wanted to boost its holding in Baba by 83% during the last. While it was selling off, they were loading up on it, right? Also helping the public sentiment is China's antitrust regulator finds delivery giant Meituan 3.4 billion won, which is about 5.5 million, for abusing its dominant market position. So Chinese regulators are actually starting to crack down, which makes us happy. So that there's no more of that BS luck and coffee thing, right? All right, moving on. News as far as medical news that's coming out. These two have caught my eye. Merrick submitted emergency use authorization for its an investigational oral antiviral medicine for COVID. Right. So they got approval 2 weeks ago. They applied for emergency use auths this week. So they'll probably start shipping it out next week. Merrick may move with that news, as well as AstraZeneca. Phase 3 trial endpoint showed reduced risk by 67%, where 90% of the participants were at high risk for COVID treatments. Okay. So AZ and MRK, I'm going to be looking at those this morning. Some other news that I found interesting. Cleveland Cliffs agrees to Ferrous Processing and Trading, one of the largest processors and distributors of ferrous scrap metal in the U.S. So steel, right? If there's any steel news, CLF should be the play. Southwest. This is important. Right here. Listen up. So Southwest Airlines, ticker LUV, canceled 800 flights yesterday and another 1,000 today. Okay. The company blamed the disruption on air traffic control issues and weather, although other major airlines had no issues. Okay, there's a rumor and speculation that the Southwest employees have called in sick as a form of protest over the mandatory vaccination rules in place, which have been unconfirmed. So sell the rumor, buy the news. We have rumor and news on that. So I went over Southwest on Twitter. It actually looks like it's in a good position on the weekly. So depending on what this news happens, it may be a little bit of an opportunity for me to get in there. Okay. Let's see. Goldman Sachs cut its forecast on U.S. economic growth over the weekend, citing longer-lasting virus drag on virus-sensitive consumer services and the impact of an extended global semiconductor shortage. Right. Goldman Sachs trimmed its 2021 growth forecast by 10 points to 5.6, while lowering its 2022 40 points to 4%. So Goldman Sachs, they provided guidance, lower guidance. Sketchy on that. Little bit sketchy on that. Earnings today, come on. Beavis and Butthead just went off in my head, right? I don't recognize any of these stop. Maybe Fasts. I don't know if that's Fastly or a different one. Closing on Friday. Everybody knew that we were up and then down. As far as world news goes, in Asian markets, Nikkei index rose 1.6%. Shanghai was a little bit up. It is trading again. Last week it didn't trade at all. Hang Seng jumped nearly 2%. And the DAX is down 50 points, right? FTSE 100 is up 0.25%. And it's supposed to be a quiet day because bond markets are closed. That is true. There's not a lot of volume going into the market. If you look at the MES on the 1 minute, we just got a Wu-Tang pattern reversal. I'll show you what that is in a minute. It's another one of my little key terms. So if you see it, you know it's time to get woody. I'm just dropping all the key terms on y'all today. All right, I know I have some chat going on over here. I got to get these, my peeps. There we go. All right. Futures head lower going into Columbus Day. Oil prices. Here we go. It's OPEC week, so don't get stuck. All right, oil prices extended its last week's gain, moving to fresh 7 years highs ahead of key inflation data later this week and upcoming earnings season, which starts Friday with big banks. Let's go. I can't believe it's earnings season again. Shout out to Josh Answers. I just had Uncle Answers in my head with earnings seasons. I may play that later today. Love that album. All right. JP Morgan Citi. So there'll be earnings on Friday for JP Morgan and Citi. I will definitely play an iron fly for those. So stay tuned for that. We'll figure out a good play on that one, right? And then more news about Goldman Sachs cutting their 21 and 22 estimates. Okay. So bonds closed today, right? So oil and crude, definitely energy plays should be of interest today. Let me go over, let's see what we got as far as futures are concerned. SIG did a great job this morning of going over the general overall market conditions, right? So I'm not going to try to counteract or add to anything that he said. That man is way smarter than a lot of people. Mm. And in case of any of you out there know people at Bang, I'm looking for sponsorship. I'm here every morning with you. All right. So this is just the chop fest that we were talking about here. I'll show you that Wu-Tang reversal on ES real quick, if I can get zoomed in. There it is. For those of you that have been with me, for those of you, I don't want to do that one. For those of you that have been with me for a while, you know what to look for. If you're just joining me, I'll show you right now. Grab the old ES screenshot. Since I'm not using Zoom or any of those fancy streamers, I just do screenshots. The Wu-Tang reversal is this. Sell off to support, right? Rally up to resistance, like we did here, right? Pull back to confirm. Trend direction change for the large move to the upside, right? I call it the Wu-Tang pattern reversal because it's a W. It's really the Dow 1, 2, 3 reversal. Okay, for those of you Dow scholars out there, I call it Wu-Tang because Wu-Tang forever. Regardless, we had that little reversal here on the ES over midpoint, or off of, is this midpoint or is that support? Yeah, so this is midpoint support. I believe that's yesterday or previous day's lows, right? I think that would make sense. I'm still learning that system. What I should do is schedule 30 minutes with SIG. Do some training with them. In case anybody, if y'all didn't know that, that's offered as a service, as an additional service, I believe. Let's see. YM is running into midpoint resistance, right? NQ still selling off. The Russell down, but making higher lows, higher highs. So Russell might be reversing. All right, gold. Poor gold. So I think what's happened is gold used to be the hedge, right? Everybody used to hedge in gold. I think what's happening is crypto is a new hedge because gold is giving you the finger, right? This pattern means exactly what it looks like, right? Little 2 fingers down, 1 finger up, right? The old middle finger. So gold is like, gonna have a crummy day. So I fully anticipate gold to take out lows and continue on down. 1750 being the support level, the break below that. And I think it gets a little sketchy. Crude is up, ran into overhead resistance, broke into new highs, 82.18. I don't know what's at that level, but it looks like maybe it's Thursday's high. Rejected off of that. It's pulling back into support. I'm not sure if it broke its uptrend because we got this low here and there's another low down here. I'm wondering if it's just at those lows. So gold is selling off. Could find a nice support and continue on to the upside. ZB, which is bonds. Obviously, bonds are down. They're not going to move today because bonds are closed. The yen is selling off. So typically when we have this bottom row selling off, it looks good. It's positive news for the upper row, which is the ES, the YM, NQ, and the Russell. All right. Whenever I see this bottom row down, I look for strength in this upper row. I don't know. I try not to get too technical about stuff. Right. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and not lagging too bad, but I didn't restart Thinkorswim like I should have. All right, now is the time where I start getting into the algo flow. I know that I'm only supposed to run 30 minutes on the Restream. Well, let's see how well that works. All right. So stocks I'm interested for the week: W, Carvana to the downside, maybe the upside, Playboy, and W. Not W. I don't want W in there twice. Playboy. I can't remember what else I had on my list. I may have to check. Let's see. W, Carvana, Playboy. AMT. And Uber. And MasterCard. So MasterCard too. So I've got 6 already. I want to look at I know I posted a bunch of stuff on Twitter yesterday. I want to go check into what that was. I can't remember. But they were all pretty decent. They were all pretty decent. Let's see. Come on. Wow, that's going to suck if my stuff's that laggy. All right, I know I had love in there. So there was love, there was AMD, Tesla, and Affirm. Yep. Love, AMD, Tesla, and Affirm. Those are the four I want to go over this morning with y'all. I think these might actually have a chance to move. Sorry, I write this stuff down so I don't forget about it. The Tesla. All right, there we go. So far, so good. Look at that giant cup and a handle on AMD. Ooh, sexy. All right, love, like I said, it looks pretty decent, right? It was in regular block trade support from 53.57 to 53.77, right? And there's that little range that it was just kind of maintaining support. In an overall uptrend, we had bullish divergence coming in on the 7th that lasted for an entire day. So this is valid bullish divergence. Algo is net buying. We have regular block trade level at 54.96 and 55.87. So we do have upside targets, right? 55, 56. Double block trade support, right? So I'd be interested to see what's going on with love. If it takes out some of this lows right here, I did not really notice this yesterday, which is kind of important considering it is a gap that has to be filled. So it did gap up to the support level here. So if love breaks regular block trade support, look for it to come down and test previous lows. Below previous lows, I feel like it's going to come down and fill this gap. Let's see what that looks like as far as the old charts have to say. I gotta find. So I was in a fight with TradingView for the longest time because they tried to triple charge me for a yearly subscription. Yeah, I didn't end well for them. Got my money back. All right, so I mean, this is a bullish pattern, right? Rally, pullback to support, rally, bull flag going into end of last week, right? The squeeze histogram did show a little reversal sign, so we may pull back to point of control, which is at 51.13, or the 21 EMA, which is coming in at 51.68. Where's my pre-market chart? Spent the weekend going through after fighting with them, signed up for a new trial. I don't know if you know with this with TradingView, if you sign up for a trial and you got to cancel, they're going to throw this ridiculous offer at you that's 60% off a yearly per premium. Yeah, that's what I got. All right, yeah. So love did it gap down $1.50. Hmm. 52.25. So I've got the 21-day EMA, which is our mean, at 51.73. So a pullback to this level, in my opinion, would be fine. Bet you there's probably a little demand zone right in there. So I'm okay with support at 51.76. We have VWAP at 50, VWAP at highest volume VWAP at 50. We've got, is this monthly? Yearly? I've got a longer term view up here. I'm still working this out. So we may just be pulling back to VWAP, which would be fine, right? Didn't feel that gap, right? Which would be bullish for the stock. MACD is about to cross over on the daily, and so it's going to be interesting. In these markets, since there's so much chop and lack of volume, anything that's got momentum behind it, even though the IV may be elevated, it might be worth taking a second look at today. No, I'm sorry, that's the 50-day. Derp. Excuse me. I got the 50-day, 50, 50, 50. 50, 50, 50 day. I like that. All right, let's go ahead and... That is my 50, 50, 50 day. Very visual oriented. 50, 50, 50 day. Very interesting there. Oh, 50, 53. So I'm one off. As far as otherwise, bearish looking love, negatively stacked moving averages, the 8, 21, 34, 50, 200 should be flipped for bullish direction. So this is very bearish. I don't know if we get a rally to... Right. So like I said, it's going to be tough. Whereas the algo going into Friday was bullish on the stock, right? News came out. So we'll see. I'm going to keep an eye on it. All right. Moving on from love, alpha or advanced micro devices, right? AMD. Nice. Look at this beautiful cup and handle forming. The algo was running with price action last week. However, we ran into dark pool resistance at 101.04. Let me just mark this up because I think it's important for everybody to realize that the algo interacts with key levels and it interacts with, large orders like the block, like a dark pool or a regular block trade. So the algorithm is currently, it's formed a cup and handle. That's obvious. If it can maintain its support and potentially move back up to the upside, I would become bullish on AMD again. Price action. Yeah, I'm laggy this morning, I can tell. My charts aren't doing its job. Like it's heading to a key inflection point, right? This is where I start drawing block trades on the screen. 104.63, right? That's our downturn or our downward target on AMD, 104.63. Overhead resistance at 107.48. Currently, the algo is fighting with this white line level. This is important. And I know it's a little bit of a stretch, but AMD can definitely come back down and test this level. 101.56. That's our white line support resistance. Above that, 102.60, 65. There's another level there. We do have dark pool support at 103.97. Let's just call that 104. So 104 would fill the gap. So pull back to 104, which would blow through this regular block trade. It would fill the gap from the previous rally. It would be kind of an extended cup and handle. But I think, like I said, I'm interested in AMD this week for sure. I know I have a ton of windows up, and that's okay. It's my stream. Just kidding. Yeah, nice cup and handle. It's got room to come down to fill that gap, which it may very well do. Looking at it on the daily, right? Massive flag. That's what it's doing, right? Just flagging out. We're below the 50-day on the daily. That's a little sketchy. I don't like it being in this cloud. I'm going to give AMD a couple more days, even though we've got a ready aim fire signal getting ready to fire off, getting a slingshot squeeze getting ready to happen. So similar to this move back here, slingshot squeeze release, we get a large move when that happens, especially being red and black. Those are high and medium compression squeezes. So when it does release, it should release pretty violently. What else can we do? Talking about AMD. Is that the same chart? I don't know. Currently trading right at the mean, right? Which is the 21-day EMA. So a little pullback to that, and we can continue to see a move to the upside. What's it doing overnight? I should check this first before I go through that whole rigmarole, because there's been every time I swear I do it where I'm like, oh, it's super bullish. It'll either gap down or it'll be gapped up and gone. All right, AMD broke below 104.30, which was a previous support level that I had marked out. I'm not happy that it's below the 50 on the 15, or below the 200 on the 15. Typically, my rules state that I don't trade stocks below the 200 on the 15. I'm going to give it a chance to get, to straighten itself out and start doing its job again, but really it needs to be above 105. So AMD long above 105, right, which would be a break above the 50-day on the 15-minute chart. So the move would be rally up, pull back to support, maintain the 50 above the 200, and then I think we can continue on. It'll straighten out our moving averages so that they're stacked positive again, right? So it would go 8, 21, 34, 50, 200. That happens, bullish uptrend, right? With target of, I don't know, 107.50. So we're going to keep an eye on AMD. Like I said, it's very important to pay attention to what happens at basically this level here, right? That level though, keeping an eye on it. Slingshot squeeze on the daily, getting ready to release. Right, it's a spaghetti mess. You guys don't even want to know what that is. Yeah, so AMD, we keep an eye on it for the move. Tesla. So Tesla, let me just check Tesla, because it's one of those that'll make me look like an idiot saying that, oh, it's only going to move 10 points, and it moves 20 pre-market. Okay, I will also be checking out Baba, Baidu, GM, Disney, apps. Ooh, apps. I forgot about apps. Yes. Apps looks gorgeous. And $10 gap. Tried using FlowTrade, but the layout. Anthony, they're coming out with a new version of the layout. Yeah, let me know. Hit me up. Leave a comment or email me. There's my email if you need to reach out. So Tesla, all right, just steady buying. Right, psychological level of 800. If we can get above that, then I think we start getting pretty chunky up to taking out previous areas of support and resistance. Most notably, this 841.31. So that would be a rally to 3 ATR, right, coming off of this move here. So I think Tesla, gonna keep an eye on it. I'd like a pullback to 785 and then catch that next rally up. We're still in a buy area. 1 ATR is a buy, still a buy for me, especially we can go to 2, right? That key level 800 is going to be very important. We've got a positive and increasing histogram, right? We've got getting ready to have a buy signal, right? Or is that a sell sign? Just kind of choppy on the daily as far as the ready and fire goes. Think RSI stochastic, right? Kind of choppy there. So yeah, for me to play Tesla the way I like to play Tesla, it's got to break 800. There's also, oh, I got rid of my drawing tools. Where are my drawing tools? Drawing tools. There. Yes. Now, where's my favorites? All right. Look at this gnarly little supply zone that we're in right here. All the way back on February 19th. That supply zone was created. Supply zones for me are red. Thanks, Rose. Taught me how supply zones are places where you want to sell into. You're the supplier. You're not the buyer. All right. So yeah, that's Tesla. For me, break at 800 signifies a move. This is what stack positive moving averages look like, right? 8, 21, 34, 50, 200, right? This is bullish, right? We have earnings coming up on the 20th. Oh, shit. Earnings next week. Possible rally in earnings. 800 is that key level. Above that, I go long. Below that, I don't get into the trade. As far as the algorithm and Tesla is concerned, it's just trading with price action. We have regular block trade level at 783, 875. That's your support. 796.35 is your resistance. Break above or below either one of those, then I would tend to reevaluate what's happening with Tesla. 783.75, 796.35. Mark them on your charts, okay? Affirm. Moving on to Affirm. This was the stock of last week, right? The Algo is trading with price action. Need to see it curl back up and continue up. Is this a pullback to previous high support? I think so. Affirm could make an idiot of me right now if I don't go check it on the charts because it may have already made its move for the day. All right. My restream time is over. So yeah, thanks for joining me on the Bullish Bears restream, possibly. I hope it worked out. I'll get the technology issues worked out. I will be here Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the morning. Just restreaming. You can join me in the Bullish Bears on Fridays. I live stream the Open. If you need a trial of FlowTrade, bet you we can find you one. Ask in the chat, ask in the Discord, or reach out to me directly. So thanks for joining me. I'm gonna still my YouTube channel. Don't go anywhere. I'm just gonna shut down this free stream, and I will be back to look at. Oh, just real quick, I'll do Affirm. Affirm's making its move. I like it above 147. Affirm above 147. I think it rallies to 150 and then just consolidates there. Okay, that's it for me. Thanks for joining me. How do I end this? Yep, that's it right there. Alrighty. Sweet. We're going to skip the experience. And I should be able to do this relatively easily next week. Right? Or tomorrow or Wednesday. So hopefully that works out. Restream is pretty cool little deal. All right. I'm still here. Yo, I'm still here, my stream. You guys have me for another 13 minutes. This is where I start giving you guys the request time. So, looks like Laz was the only one that came out with requests. Everybody else must agree with him. Looking at Baba, Baidu, GM, Disney, Apps, Apple, Pep. That's a bunch for me to get through. All right. I hope you're not trying to trade that many. We'll have a conversation later if you are. That's a lot, dude. Kind of feels like you're running around just chasing stuff. Are you chasing waterfalls, bro? You're gonna have to make me hit you with that TLC. I'll hit you with that TLC. Right? Laz is chasing waterfalls. Yes, PLTR. Definitely check that out. All right, Baba. This is the Algo. Like, I'm not going to touch this. I'm not going to touch Baba. It's just too volatile. This is a massive gap, right? It's just super gappy. The Algo is still, in my opinion, in the consolidating range here. The Algo would really need to make a large move to the upside, break out of this little triangle it's got going on. Excuse me, this wedge. Yeah. Blech. Rectangle. Words. Right? Algo gets out of that, then I'll reevaluate Baba. Baba will always be there. It's got another $80 to get back to normal. So careful. You guys do what you want to do. Currently resting at dark pool support 161.25 going into Friday's close. Right? Below that, we have regular block trade support at 160. So there's your support levels. I'm not even going to pull it up on a chart. I'd rather look at Palantir. You can pull up Baba. You know what to look for. Yes, I got you with Palantir. Let's get you taken care of right now. Right. So Palantir, the algo's been net selling since the 24th of September. Price action is making higher lows. So this is consolidation, right? Consolidation indecision with Palantir. We have lots of white lines that we can drop. So Palantir's a party stock. 2375 is your white line resistance, right? And 2315 to 2325 is your white line support, right? Above that, we have regular block resistance at 2362. Boom. And dark pool support or resistance. Yeah, dark pool support at 2347, right? So while it's in a range, it's consolidating, right? 1, 2, 3 times this base is held. I think 2315, 2325 is a pretty solid baseline for Palantir, right? These guys are super news reactionary. 2477 is a target 1 on the break of 2425. So we get above these previous highs. I think we rally to 2477, taking profit, letting one run because it's going to rally, pull back and rally. Okay. All right. Baidu. Baidu. It's another one of those Chinese stocks, which, as we know, there's a lot of money flowing into it right now. Excuse me. That sucked. Look at this dark pool support, 146.28, currently at 162. Ooh, that's sketchy. Right, the algo is steady buying, currently consolidating. Right, so dang it, I grabbed the wrong tool. All right, the algo needs to kind of get out of that range and continue on to the upside. Excuse me. Like this, look at this trend line support. Like if I were to draw a trend line support, this is what it would look like. How funky is this? Right? We have a gap that'll need to be filled at some point. All right, pretty significant gap right there. Dark pool supports at 146.28, and that was back on the 4th. Since then, there hasn't been any dark pool stuff going on, right? What do I feel like that's still? What is this? Oh, I'm still streaming to Discord. Oh, yeah. Later. You know what? I'll keep the Discord one going. Not a big deal. Let's see. GM. Oh, that was Baidu. So like I said, Baidu needs to break out. It's just going to continue melting up. GM, Algo is trading with price action. Looks like we rejected this regular block trade level at 59.15 on the 8th, so on Friday. Right, we rejected that pretty hard. We have regular block trade support at 56.54. We've got white line support for General Motors at 54.90 or 53.94. Right, that's kind of a ways down. Healthy pullback. I don't know. The algo is just trading with price action, so like there's no real divergence to speak of. The volume, momentum, basic fundamentals will continue. We'll just look for. I mean, if it diverges to the downside, then there's possibly a pullback play, but it's just uptrending right now. Disney. So we have bullish. I don't even want to call it. We have calfish, right? It's not a bull, it's a calf. We have calfish divergence on Disney, right? Technically, the algo is kind of up wedging. Right, we need it to bounce off of those key levels there. So keep an eye on it. We have white line support on Disney that I feel like price action may come back down and actually test 175.18. It's your white line support. That would fill a gap as well. We broke upward trend line support, right? We broke that support there. Do you see it? So I feel like we come back down and test 175.18 before we continue on to the upside. That would provide pretty decent bullish divergence. Below that, we have regular block trade support at 174. All right, 174. I think those are 173.22 also. So there's our support levels. All right, apps. Apps, PEP. I want to look at NetEase also, because I believe all right. All right, Wu-Tang reversal on the 5-minute ES chart. Look at that. You want to play a move, there's a move right there. NetEase bearish divergence. This is gorgeous. I don't know. We'll get to it though. Apps. So while apps algo is generally uptrending, we have a little bit of bearish divergence, but more importantly on apps, check it out, yo, check it out. By the way, Wednesdays from now are our Wu-Tang Wednesdays. Check it out. So we have head and shoulders here. You see this? That's a straight up legit head and shoulders, bro. Short below the neckline, bro. Protect your neck. Right? Whatever that level, dude, I'm playing that, sucker. Can't stop me. You can't stop me from playing that. You can't stop me from playing it. Yo, Facebook. Yeah, I've got 4 minutes left. Get your request into me now. Andrew, I'll get Facebook. I can probably do Facebook and Roku. Real quick, I'm gonna go on look at apps real quick. So apps is trading at 2 ATR away from the mean. So a pullback to the mean would be healthy for the stock. We had a death cross, basically the 50 cross below the 200, right? That's not super bullish. We did have into the last week, right? If you had played this last week on Friday or Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, stock positive moving averages 821.34 above the 50, above the 200. Going into Friday, in pre-market, we broke below the 50, couldn't get back up above it to hold, right? So now I feel like we're pulling back, right? We're going to pull back to, we could pull back to this 200 at 75.50 very easily, especially with that bearish divergence from the algo, right? The algo's pointed down. I like that 75.50. We're currently trading at 77.50. So look for a rally rejection off of 78 for a pullback down to this giant inside bar. Jesus. Yeah, 75.50 is pretty decent. Below that, we have VWAP at 74. Right. And then below that, we can pull all the way back to about 69. Well, pull back to about 70. Right. All right. That was apps. PEP. The request was for Facebook and Roku. I'll get those pulled up. Even if I can't review them, you'll be able to see what the algo is doing with them. PEP, this is just trading with price action. I need you guys to find stocks and projects. We need divergence. We don't just need strength and momentum. We can use a different scale for that. We can find something else that, has a better opportunity, like Elliott wave, whatever. But Algo is trading with price action. Got a gap right there that needs to be filled. Looks like, trendline support's down here. Oh, it's not going to do it. Dang it. That was Pep. Net ease. This is another one where we've got, look at this. This is solid bearish divergence, right? What I mean by that is the algo's going the opposite direction of price action. So the algo has been pretty much net selling. This divergence here is played out, right? Yeah, so I would look for divergence at 85.44 as a downside target 2. Taking out previous lows, downside target 1, right? Filling this gap would be a nice, super juicy move. What the heck? All right, well, I guess the tools aren't working that well this morning. Filling the gap to there. So, right, we break this uptrend, right? This is a rising wedge. That's bearish candlestick pattern, right? So look for net ease to the downside. Facebook. Okay, so Facebook is interesting here. So I don't know if this is a head and shoulders, but the algo has been net selling since back on the 21st. I'm down here in the right-hand corner, right? All right, so the algo is moving to the downside, right? Little bit of consolidation. Oh, come on, I changed tools. Little bit of consolidation with the algo. Look for it to break down and continue to pull price action down with it. It's just an ugly candlestick pattern. Look at all this block interest up here, though, right? All of that's invalid. We have dark pull target at 327.30. Right, we have dark pull resistance at 334.23. I haven't even checked on what Facebook's doing this morning. Crap, I gotta run. We have regular block trade support at 329.19 or 329, yeah, 329.19. So we either bounce off of here and kind of struggle our way back up through these block trades, right? Or we take the path of least resistance and break down and begin a bearish divergence once the price action comes back down to where it diverged, which is this area here. And possibly this area here, right? So keep an eye on that. Roku. All right, so Roku's just been super choppy lately. This is the last one I got to run. I apologize. So Roku's like, I don't know if this algo is making a all right, the algo is being squeezed. So give it a couple more days and then we'll get a direction once that algo either breaks out above, right? Probably would have been better to do that kind of trend line there. The algo breaks up and above, it'll pull price action up with it. If it breaks out to the downside, anticipating it pulling it back to this dark pull support resistance at 305.79. That's your dark pull level. Other than that, there's no prints, right? Currently resting at, looks like pretty significant longer term resistance, right? So, this is range bound trading for Roku. Was that a $5? Yeah, tool's broken. A $5 range. All right. That's it. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining me. Once again, my name is Darkpool Algo. I'm here every morning, Monday through Friday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you have any requests, make sure you leave them in the comments section below. Help a brother out. Hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, share it with your friends, family, neighbors, coworkers, everyone, and join us here every morning. If you come on Wu-Tang Wednesday, come correct. Make sure you're prepared. We will do Wu-Tang trivia. Winner gets, I don't know, an attaboy or gets a line named after them, right? Or a markup named after them. Something. We'll figure something out, right? Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Have a great day. Stay safe, stay green. I'm going to go through and try to find a focus list. Probably going to look at Love, NetEase, apps, and a firm. NTES. So my focus list. Oh, Futu. I didn't even check Futu. Futu should move off that Chinese news. Just crap. Bullish on Futu, possibly. Daily resistance. Got to move to 99.50. Above 99.50, we hit 120. That's on a Futu. All right, so Futu, we rallied to the mean. This is a perfect example. You guys think I'm BS crazy. I'm like, oh, stocks need to revert to the mean. Well, look what happened right here on Futu. Futu rallied right up to point of control, which is, and the mean. Didn't break above 92 on Friday. So either we rally above it this week and take out VWAP at 97, or we reject off and come back and test monthly, quarterly VWAP at 86.24. Stack positive. No, we gapped up. Of course we did. Stack positive moving averages. This is a gorgeous chart. 821.34, 50 is above the 200, decently spaced, right? We gapped up, took out previous highs. 91.50 is the point. If we can take out 91.50, I'll go long. We've got support. The 34 EMA support is doing its job so far. We could easily come back down and test this 50. Right? What I don't want to see is I don't want to see this gap filled all the way down to 87.50. I mean, there's a move there. All gaps must be filled. Right? So if we start taking a downturn and start chopping through, if we start taking out 90, 89, 10, I think we come back down to 88, right? Below that, I'm just going to be sketchy and look to buy the dip. I'll have to bounce off this 200. So I think it's important to showcase where this VWAP level is. How lame is that? I want it to show on all time frames. There we go. Ooh, so there's a downside move. To the upside, rally to 98. Nothing in the way. Okay, that's it. Thanks for Futu looks juicy. Thanks for joining me. I am signing off now. Have a great day. If you're in the chat, hit me up in the chat. If not, leave a comment section below. I give you guys my email address if you need me for anything. Let me know. Have a great one. I'll see you tomorrow.